morning, I'm Annie Green. One of the UK's largest producers of doner kebabs, based in Essex, has been fined after DNA tests revealed its lamb products contained little to no lamb. Instead, investigators found that Kismet kebabs had been using goat meat, skin and fat. The company says it's made significant changes. This from Will Fife.
It was a multi-million-pound fraud that started here in Essex and likely affected takeaway customers across the UK for years. But it only came to light after kebab meat was selected for random DNA testing by trading standards.
We bought them at wholesale, sent off the whole kebab for sampling, and when we were getting the results back, some of them were as low as below 10% sheep, and we were getting very high levels of chicken, beef and goat. And this is in a kebab which was labelled anywhere up to 78% lamb. This is what goes to the guys who are putting stuff in the machine. 57 kilos of beef fat, 42 kilos of goat trim, and 65 kilos of chicken drumstick.
The lab results, which showed the kebabs test positive for traces of goat, chicken and beef, prompted trading standards to raid one of the UK's largest kebab manufacturers, Kismet Kebabs, who are based in Latchington, near Chelmsford.
Kismet Kebabs is the #1 and largest doner kebab manufacturer in the UK.
So if it wasn't lamb, what sort of things were you finding?
Lots of skin, fat. There's a lot of trim which is offcuts of, I would say, the beef, chicken. There was a bit of mutton there as well. But again, you know, fat is not meat, skin is not meat. You cannot put that into a product and claim that to be meat. They will all go into a massive mincer and it'll turn it into, the only thing, the best thing I can describe it to is Play-Doh. And that goes into a mould and it gets shaped into the kebab.
In a statement, the Essex-based company said it had made significant changes since the raid back in 2021 and that the fraud related to historical events that didn't reflect its current standards. The company was fined £500,000 after pleading guilty to 1 count of fraud. Will Fife, BBC Look East.
The James Paget Hospital in Norfolk is investigating whether high temperatures may have contributed to the death of a patient during last week's heatwave. The person died on a ward on Saturday when temperatures topped 30 degrees. The hospital said a full investigation had been commissioned in line with national guidance. The BBC has been told one of the 2 people who died in a light aircraft crash in Essex was on a flight experience to celebrate his graduation. He's been named as 25-year-old Vamshi Krishna Mandala. The Indian High Commission and Essex Police say they're supporting his family. The aircraft came down in high anger minutes after taking off on Tuesday. Rail passengers have faced major disruption at Cambridge today because of damaged overhead wires. Services in and out of the station and 3 were cancelled. Lines have now reopened. Passengers have been told they can contact their train operator for delay repay refunds. Now, imagine how you would feel if your boss gave you a job and a home with no rent to pay. That's exactly what happened 100 years ago in Bedfordshire. The village of Stuartby was created for workers at the London Brick Company, which became the largest brickworkers in the world. Laura Foster has been taking a look back.
It may now be home to just under 3,000 people, but if you want to understand Stuartby, you need to go back to the beginning. Back when the owners of the local brickworks decided to take the hamlet of Wotton Pillage and build a model village for their employees and their families to live in rent-free. Many of those original brick homes are still here today.
They were good quality houses.
Joy is far too young to have been around in 1926, but 4 generations of her family have lived and worked in the area, and she herself was brought up here in Stuartby.
They had hot and cold water to the bathroom, which was inside, which is unusual, and the kitchen sink, and big gardens, so Dad could grow fruit and vegetables.
As the brickworks expanded, so too did the village.
Everybody moaned. So they would have moaned about the company. But if you then somebody criticised the company from outside, everybody defended it.
Concerns about pollution and a dwindling industry meant the brickworks was closed in 2008, and 5 years ago the final towers were demolished.
It's so quiet here now that it's hard to believe that in its heyday 15 million bricks were being made here every week.
But even though the brickworks is no longer here, people in this village say there's so much happening in the future.
Universal Studios are coming here with their Resort UK. We also have 1,000 new homes coming, and we also have some implications with East West Rail. So there's a lot of things going on in Stuartby that will change the future face of how the village looks.
This Saturday, Stuartby is celebrating its 100th year with a big party. Laura Foster, BBC Look East, Stuartby.
Here's Corazon with a look at the weather.
Hello, good evening to you. It's not been a bad day today. We've seen plenty of blue skies and sunshine. The weather pattern not changing much as we head into the weekend and into next week. Dry, clear, settled overnight. It is going to feel quite mild and muggy because those temperatures are in the low to mid-teens. So tomorrow morning, bit of a muggy start. It's dry, it's bright. We've still got this weather system to the north that's going to drag in a bit of cloud to the northern part of our patch, but for the rest of it is looking dry, bright, sunny yet again, and pleasant in the sunshine. We'll see highs of around 26 to maybe 29 degrees Celsius. Those temperatures are increasing. They're on the up as we go into next week. A third heat wave on the cards potentially as we head into the end of next week, where we could see highs again of 30.
That's it from the late team. Look East will be back tomorrow, but that will be at the earlier time of 12:10. Good night.